All right, hello. My name is Jamie J. I am the CEO and founder of Bottleneck Virtual Assistants. And I'm pretty excited today because we're going to be joined by the one and only EB Elizabeth Berry. She's going to be hopping on here in just a second. So let me play you the quick intro and we'll jump into the live event. Thanks again so much for tuning in. And we'll be here for about the next 20 minutes or so. So ask questions. Have fun with this, and we're going to learn all about kindness, her books, and all kinds of neat stuff. So we'll be right back. All right. So what'd you think of that? I loved it. I thought it was pretty cool. I love doing these live streams. They're a lot of fun, and it's all about having a good time, taking advantage of everything that we're doing here, working from home. So a little bit late here because I had to put the dog, he was barking there. So we got him done. But without any further ado, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our guest today. Her name is Elizabeth Berry, and she's an inspirational author, keynote speaker, and performance coach, and her expertise in kind communication and compassionate leadership strategies energize audiences to charismatically step into their highest self. You can hire her to speak, coach, or curate kind communication workshops and book signings at your global conference, organization, and corporate office. And she's also doing it remotely as well. She's an author of Own Your Vulnerability, The Kind Communicator, and Design Your Mind to Be Kind. She hosts the podcast BeyondEgo, Be Inspired and Be Empowered. So without any further ado, please welcome Elizabeth Berry. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm so happy to be here.
This is it's a lot of fun, and I'm so stoked that you're here to be able to share a little bit. And for the people that may not know you, can you give us a little bit of background? Tell us kind of who you are and what you're doing, and while we get to enjoy your beautiful smile.
Oh, awesome. So I am your business coach. I'm your tough, loving New York City, big hugger, give you a little slap around business coach and empowerment coach. So I pretty much help everyone from entrepreneurs who feel stuck. I don't like that word. I change it to uncertain. To a lot of women who are looking to find their purpose and their passions, and whether it's now in COVID or no matter when that would be, that's pretty much what I do. And I usually speak on a lot of stages and go out to offices and small businesses and give talks. But right now, my coaching is my stage. So I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna say I want to be your coach.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, you've been so helpful and instrumental for me on not only a professional level, but also on a personal level. And you're so inspiring. And, you know, we talk a lot here internally about things we can do to, market and help other people out and just fun. And so Raina, my personal assistant, says, Jamie, you have to have Elizabeth on. You have to have Elizabeth on. So we were so excited when you said yes, and we got to bring you out here. I know we've been talking a little bit in the past, and I've got to see what you've done at a live event in person.
Yeah.
Blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. That was incredible. And one of the things that I did want to talk on too, because we're this working remotely right now has really changed the way a lot of us are interacting. But I'm looking at the positive side of things.
Mm-hmm.
I've personally taken the time to refocus on our systems, our processes, and then how do I really get into this live streaming stuff, and what's other ways that I can do to help others out and help promote them or share what they do with others. And I think that this is just fantastic. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about today was maybe what are you doing that might be helpful for others to learn from?
Yeah, that's great. It's an interesting time. Positivity is the biggest thing that we can look to right now. And I actually just wrote an article, I think it was this morning or 2 days ago, about the power of positivity. And I love to talk to people, especially right now, because everyone's in that happiness destination addiction saying, when this is over, I will. But I challenge you within your communication. as a communication coach to start to change your language and use your language wisely and positively in the now, in the present moment, in real time, to say, what will I do now? So what I've been doing right now is I've been kind of busy and working on helping people. As Jamie said, I've been publishing books. So this is my duo called The Kindness Innovation, The Kind Communicator, and Design Your Mind to Be Kind. So I've also done both audio versions. So now I did that last week. So I recorded everything myself, put it all online, put beautiful photos on. I dictated exactly when the chapters will be and what time in 1 second. So I've been doing that to help my readers because people are asking for the audio version. I like to read to people out loud. I'm such a romantic like that. They're like, "Where's the audio?" So I did that.
Did you get were your books self-published or
published? So I self-published all of this. So I also recently put on my site EB Publications because there's so many entrepreneurs out there who want to know how to self-publish a book. And since I've done it 3 times over, it's going to be 4 times, actually 5, in August. I can tell you how to do it. What to do on Amazon, what not to do on Amazon, what booksellers to use. And a lot of people that I spoke to during this process didn't want to give me their secrets. They didn't want to help. And I found there were so many times where I thought to myself, why not help people out? So I'm going to help everyone out if they want. And then as a marketing expert too, I'm also teaching people how to personally brand themselves. So those are the things that I've been doing. And in fact, this morning, I'll tell you, I have a lot of these really great fans. One of the coolest things from this is that people have been reading the books and then they're sending me photos of their notes. They're sending me photos of their journals. They're sending me PDFs of what they're learning in each chapter. So not only is that amazing for an artist or a self-published author, when we put our work out there, sometimes you don't hear that much, but these books are really changing people's lives. And this morning, people asked for like a 365-day calendar or notes about all the kindness mantras that I have in the book. So I'm like, well, okay, I could do that too. So I'm consistently, the secret here for you, if you want the tips, is to continuously reflect on your work and always refine. And this is a great time also to ask for referrals, to ask for testimonials, and to also get feedback. And that's one of the most uncomfortable things that we don't like to know. Most of us are like, well, I don't want to know.
The most powerful.
Good. But you can use that for your next marketing campaign. That was one of my biggest marketing hits when I had a marketing agency. Get the feedback first and then use it from the horse's mouth, create a campaigin, and there you go. Because then you got the clients right there.
Well, look at Debbie Torino. She says Elizabeth is an amazing person.
I love you. She's a beautiful, beautiful woman. She's a great fan of mine. I can't wait for her to get the next book too. She's enjoying them.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, I think what I'm seeing is there's a bunch of chaos. There's a bunch of as you say uncertainty maybe.
Yeah.
I love that, by the way.
Yeah.
And it's just it's not knowing like what the heck's happening. And so what do we do? I don't know about you. My business was impacted for this, and it was extremely challenging because of people's businesses are just down a little bit. So a lot of people are kind of feeling beat down and just like, what's next? We've both had a pretty rough year, if you look at it that way. But what can you do to, like, just seeing you pop on the screen with a smile, my day is already better.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's just fantastic. And to be able to share that with others is amazing. I'm a huge fan of leading with kindness. I'm a huge fan of everything that you do about being kind. There's so much power in kindness. And for the people that don't share, the heck with you. Like, share away. And I see a lot more of that too. It's a lot more people are giving, a lot more people are helping out during this time because there is a little bit of downtime. They're able to spend a little bit more time thinking about that. And for those of people that are not doing that, I say do it. Like, start doing that. Debbie also says she's going to continue to give you write-ups. More coming soon.
I love waking up to emails from mostly women, some men too, but most women are really impacted by the work, and that is just one of the most amazing things to know that, I'm thinking about, I want to do a program for women over 40, saying like, you're fabulous over 40. You can do anything. You can write a book. You can start a podcast. And the fact is that most of us think we have to do it ourselves. And if we have to ask for help, we're super weak. But you're not. Most of the greatest leaders that we know out there have an Oz behind the curtain. And I am your Oz behind the curtain. I don't look like the Oz, but I might be like Dorothy. And I have those ruby slippers. And we can take it home, girls. So,
well, you have male fans out there too. David says hi to us. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I love my guys. I'm actually writing a men's vulnerability movement book. It's coming out in 2021. So circle back.
You are amazing. Always moving forward. I absolutely love that. And I think it's fantastic. One of the things, can you tell us a little bit about niching down? Because you've done a terrific job of doing that.
Yeah, I think that the most important thing for us in niching down is taking that quality time, taking the pause, taking that step back. And the niching down, because my work is based on kind communication, but it's also based on emotional intelligence, which is based in emotion. The reason why we have to niche down is because if we don't, we're going to be like cycling and like hitting our heads against the wall. I mean, like, why am I getting no clients? Why am I getting no clients? Because you're everything to everyone. Niche down. Take the pause. Take those moments. Take the shower moments. Take the coaching moments to just talk it out. I have this 360-degree program because most of us only see linear. We see 180 degrees. We might have our binoculars, but that's all we can see. But as an objective person, I can look in and give you the 360-degree view by listening to your words, the words that you use, and listening to your assumptions. So niching down is something that comes when you're so frustrated that your head is sewn to the carpet with a bottle of wine that's empty next to you, and you're like, why am I not reaching so many people? Why am I so frustrated with my product? Why am I so frustrated with my service? And that's why niching down and just creating something that can start again and grow. Jamie, you know this, all of my work is based in nature. And the Kind Communicator, this is a new one. It's a kitty. It says, not meow, I'm reading. But this one has all flowers in it, and Design Your Mind to Be Kind has trees and birds, and we can learn so much from nature, and that's the cool part. Again, the positive thing about this homing of ourselves is that I teach people to look out their window and see the nature outside. Look at the trees, look at the birds as that trigger, as an opportunity to take that calm moment. And the most beautiful thing that we can all do right now is self-reflect and look at the muck. Look at the challenge, look at the obstacles, look at the financial loss, look at all of the stuff that you don't like, and try to work through that, because the only way up is through, baby. Through.
Yeah, it's so true. So for you said niching down is important. Mm-hmm. What is something that someone can do, or something that you have done? How about that? Something you have done that has helped you niche down, because you can't be everything to everyone, because that means nothing.
Yeah.
But if you can get really hyper-focused and niche down, many people worry about, oh, I'm missing this person, or I'm missing that opportunity, or I'm missing that opportunity because I'm focused here. Mm-hmm. But that's actually good, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that for me, what I had to do, because I was a culprit too. I ran a marketing agency, and I worked with small business and entrepreneurs and nonprofits in the dance and the wellness industry. And then I started coaching, and I wanted to work with women, but I also wanted to work with men. And then I was getting middle management as well. And I got entrepreneurs. So there was so much happening that I just had to say to myself, where do my clients see most success? So that's the first thing. Where are your clients? Where's your business seeing the most success from? And use that. Stay there. The second thing to do is, what do you really like to do? Where is your passion? And sometimes your passion isn't always where the money is. So you gotta kind of work with that, because we are in an economic pandemic. So you kind of have to work with everything. But those are the two things. Keep it real simple. Where is your work being most? Where are the results coming from? Who are you working with that is like jazzed about what you do? And the second thing is, are you jazzed about working with them? And then that's when the birth can come. That's when the seeds get planted again, where other things can happen. And another thing, Jamie, to add on to that, is to have conversations. One of the beautiful things that I've been doing in this specific time is having conversations with so many people in my work, so many coaches that are in meditation and in public speaking. And I've curated 17 TEDx events. I'm a curator for large scale events, and hopefully one day we'll do one together. But I've been talking to so many different people out there that we are sharing all of these ideas, and then we're giving each other ideas on who to speak to as well. So that's another thing that you can do to figure out your niche, or your niching down, is to talk to other people. And then once you start to hear yourself, see, that's the whole therapy thing. That's why coaching is so important, because you start to hear yourself, and then you listen to other experts that'll give you an objective point of view, that'll say, no, that's not really good for you. Because most of the time, especially if you're a small business person, you're going to ask your mother, your brother, your husband, or your wife, or someone. You're going to be like, honey, does this sound good? They're going to be like, yeah. I call that yesing people to death. That's not going to fly, because it doesn't look good. It doesn't sound good. And it's not going to work. They only yes you because they like you. You can't ask people next to you for those questions. You got to go to the experts.
Yeah. You had mentioned something earlier too, that resonates with me, because the times when things don't work out, these are as important, or perhaps maybe even more important, to capture and to get that feedback there. I know the experience is, for me at least, I shouldn't say I know, but for me, the experience is not good. I don't like hearing negative things, but it's actually positive, because I'm learning the things that I'm making mistakes on, or the things that I shouldn't be doing, and how can I correct that in the future? And I can turn around and use those negative experiences and turn them into positive experiences through, promotional materials or marketing efforts or things like that down the road. And one of the things that we've done here is we picked out a couple of our clients that we absolutely love. We love all of our clients, but there's a couple that just, man, it's just every time you talk with them, you feel so happy and like, man, what a great time we just had.
Yeah.
Then what I did is I mapped out exactly what I believed, what I liked about that person, or our team did. And that's our niching down. We took the age, the male, the female, what they did for a living, what they're, what size team do they have, what kind of company do they, and that's how we used it to niche down there, to focus on getting more clients like that.
Well, that's the most brilliant thing. The whiteboard can work wonders. If you don't have a whiteboard right now, you should just get one. If you're struggling, they help to have it mapped out. But the thing about niching down that freaks most of us out is because it's not even the missing out thing. It's like, oh well, I like to do this or that or the other thing. And the beautiful thing about niching down is that once you have that one core group, or that one or two core centered pieces, you have so much less to say. And as a communication expert, I will tell you that less is more. And as Jamie said, take all of that content that you might have had on your website, repurpose it, use it in articles on LinkedIn, use it in Instagram ads, use it on Facebook, use it on Twitter. And the less you say, the more powerful you can be. And, someone told me this a long time ago, is that if someone comes to your website and it's not easy to buy from you, you're screwed. It's kind of like, it has to be as easy as ordering a pizza. You call up and you're like, I want the pepperoni. If someone goes to your website and they don't know where the pepperoni pizza is, you're screwed. So niching down gives you that opportunity to just have one or two options. It's as simple as that. Less is more, and less is, when we think about less, it's in all of my books. Finding your path to happiness. Happiness is less. Buddha, less. Mother Teresa, less. All of these great leaders out there. Saint Francis of Assisi. Everyone had less, and they had so much more. If you follow the signs of the greats out there, Plato, Aristotle. Steve Jobs lived in an apartment that had practically nothing, yet everything was up here. So, and he made the iPhone that was so much more simpler than what the BlackBerry that had like 100 different buttons on it. Less, my friends, is beautiful. It's like a painting. It's like going to the Louvre and just loving every single thing of your business and your brand. And I guarantee, and I know how hard that is to do, because I focus on it all the time. I might be going backstage this week on my website and be like, I ain't doing that anymore. I'm putting that over there. So I'm not telling you something that I'm an expert on and that I'm not actually doing myself. We're all in this together.
And it's a constant evolution, right?
Evolution always. And that the humbling and the stumbling block, you got to like the fall. Because what I tell people is this: you can put your feet on the ground, right? If you can put your feet on the ground right now, you can feel the earth, feel the ground. That's when you can push off. When you're at your lowest point, that's when you can push off. When you're in that middle ground where that chaos is, where everything's fluctuating, it's like the radio station in the middle that you can't get to. It's static electricity. You can't hear the right station of your favorite song. You got to get to the ground. You got to fall down to get back up. And that dusting off is such a horrible process. But my friends, when you learn how to do it with grace and poise, you are going to love life so much more, especially in your second half of life. 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, when you're loving that muck, you're better off for it, because everyone younger is still like freaking out during that stuff. You don't have to do
that. We're over that. I like that analogy, because the lower you go, the higher you can jump, because the more energy you can come up with. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting close to the end of our time here, and I just want to say thank you so much. But what would you like to say to us out there before we wrap?
I would like to say that I would love for you to pick up my books, because I have two more books to sell for my April goal. This is the Kindness Duo, Design Your Mind to Be Kind, the Kind Communicator. And I want to say that if you have never been coached before and you work with me, get like one session or sign up for the 16 on my website, I'm telling you, it will be one of the greatest experiences of your life. Because before I started writing these books, I wrote Own Your Vulnerability, and I got the chance. I was going to Tuscany, and someone was like, "Oh, have this coach," and I was like, "No. I'm evolved. I wrote Own Your Vulnerability. I don't need a coach. I've curated TEDx. I have my own business." And then I got coached, and in 15 minutes, I was like, oh my God, I'm floored. And my coach was actually Gary Bishop of Unfuck Yourself. Sorry. And I got him before he got really popular. It changed my life that I actually do it for other people. So I think that one of the greatest things that people can do during this time is really work on that muck, because that's the stuff that we're kind of like keeping over there. And that's probably why we're not focusing, like taking it back on that positivity. And once you get through that, you're going to just be so much happier. So even if it's not me, get someone by your side, an expert. Hire one of Jamie's personal assistants. We all need someone to help us get through anything that we're going through. And my biggest advice is to try not to do it alone. Even if you're talking to other people, I've set up a lot of conversations every week to just be like, hey, how are you getting through this? Get curious, ask, and be kind to yourself because of that, because that's the part of the whole idea of just communicating your truth.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, and I cannot recommend enough. Go out, get EB's books, and you can go to her website, elizabethberryconsulting.com/books.
Yeah.
Um, and if you want to reach out to her and learn more about her, you can just go to her website. It's Elizabeth Berry Consulting. Yeah, I cannot recommend it enough. She's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love inspiring the world, and my purpose has been to do that. And I'm very, very pleased to be able to do that. And I'm so happy to always talk to you. And I don't know, did I make that client list? I want to talk to you all the time. And I like Raina, and I like everyone at Bottleneck. And I think that you're doing a fantastic job. And your marketing is beautiful, and it's always great to see your face on Facebook Live and doing these things. So I commend you on getting creative during this time and doing something new, because that's what fuels the soul.
Yeah, it's a little scary, but you gotta step out there and just you gotta fall down first.
Feel the fear and do it anyway.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Evie. You mean the world to all of us here at Bottleneck and to so many more. You're such a shining light, and I don't mean to be all woo woo and sound cheesy or anything like that. It's definitely from the heart. You're an amazing person. And I was talking with my wife before we went on, and I said, "Hey, I've got a Facebook Live," and she said, "Yes, with EB."
Yes, Elizabeth. Let's do something. We all need to work on that. We all need to work on that. The simplicity, the power of simplicity. Oh, wait until you see it's in the next book. All the grains of sand, like the idea of the stars in the sky. I can go on for hours.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much. Hold on one second. We'll go ahead and wrap up here. I really appreciate it, Elizabeth. It's been an honor and a privilege. So yeah, bear with me one quick second. Thank you everybody for tuning in to Live with Bottleneck, where I'm going to have tons of people just like Elizabeth. Well, not just like Elizabeth. She's one of a kind, that's for sure. But my whole goal is to help stop the bottleneck in your business through inspiration, through kindness, through all sorts of different ways that you might be able to look at your business through a different lens or a different perspective. And EB, such a wonderful, wonderful and kind person. Seriously, go visit her website. Her website is elizabethberryconsulting.com to learn more. And if you get her books, read her books because they're going to help you out, and then give her a rating and review. Help her get this message to more people because we all need more kindness in our life. So without any further ado, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. So we'll talk to you soon.